Hi boys and girls, we're ready to get started with our music lesson for this week. I do need for you to have some paper and pencil for later in the lesson. I will tell you when we're going to use it. You can have 1 or 2 sheets of paper, and please make sure that you're using pencil in case you make any mistakes. It's easy to erase. I will be using lots of sheets of paper, but you don't have to use that many. And I'm also using a marker so it's easier for you to see. All right, today we're going to take some time to quickly review our food rhythm patterns that we learned last time. So let's go ahead and look at the screen. You'll see the first pattern we called bread. Remember, that's that dark circle with the line next to it. And it also has 1 beat line underneath. The next one was pizza. That one has 2 black circles next to it with 2 lines standing next to them, and it also has a line connecting on top, and it's on 1 beat line. It's very important. Last note that we learned is called cheese, or we called it cheese. It actually has another name, and I'll tell you about that later. This one is an open circle with a line next to it, and it's on 2 beat lines. Remember, the second beat line doesn't have anything on top. We're going to be doing some call and repeat patterns. So that means I will go first, and then I will let you try it on your own. Go ahead and bring out your palm, 2 fingers. Listen closely. Bread, 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 bread. Bread, 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 bread. Nice work. Let's go on to the second pattern. Listen closely. Bread, pizza, bread, pizza. Bread, pizza, bread, pizza. Great work. Let's try number 3, pattern number 3. I go first. Bread, bread, cheese. Bread, bread, cheese. Oh, this one had that cheese pattern. Remember, that's that long note. It lasts for 2 beats. Here's our last pattern. Cheese, bread, bread. Cheese, bread, bread. Hey, great job. So I hope you remember hearing some of these patterns from last time. We're going to move on to our next section. So we're doing these same patterns, but now I want you to visualize. So visualize means you're thinking about what those patterns would look like if you had to draw them. All right, so do your best. I go first. Bread, 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 bread. Okay, so take a few seconds to think about what that would look like if we had to draw it on a sheet of paper. Don't forget about those beat lines, right? I'll give you 5 seconds. All right, go ahead and look at the screen. Here's the answer. So you should have 4 bread rhythms on your page. And if you look closely, each bread rhythm has 1 beat line under it. So there's actually 4 beat lines. Let's move on to pattern number 2. Listen closely. Bread, pizza, bread, pizza. All right, go ahead and visualize, think about what that pattern would look like if you had to draw it on a piece of paper. I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay, here's the answer on the screen. So I still have 4 beat lines. I have 1 bread pattern in the front. Then I have pizza on the 2nd beat line. Another bread on the 3rd beat line. And on the 4th beat line, we have a pizza pattern. If you didn't visualize it like this, that's okay. We're still learning and we're practicing these. Let's go on to pattern number 3. Listen closely. Bread, bread, cheese. Think about what that would look like if you were to draw it out. Don't draw it out, just think about it. I'll give you 5 seconds. Here's the answer. We have 2 bread rhythms at the beginning, on the first line and on the second beat line. And then we have a cheese rhythm pattern on the third and the fourth beat line. Here's our last rhythm pattern, number 4. Listen closely. Cheese, bread, bread. All right, think about it. Visualize what that would look like if we were to draw it on paper. I'll give you 5 seconds. All right, here it is on the screen. This time we started with the cheese rhythm. That's on 2 beat lines. And on the third beat line, we have a bread. And on the fourth beat line, we have another bread. Great work. This is a brand new way to think about music. I don't think we had done this before. So just do your best. Now it's time to take out your paper and pencil. Remember, I'm using multiple sheets of paper. I think I'm using 4, but you don't have to use as many as me. You can use whatever you have at home. All right, I know we practiced these last time, but it's always important to review in case you forgot. And if you didn't forget, that's okay. It's always good to re-practice because the more you practice, the better you will get. So let's start with we called it bread for this activity. So it's that dark circle with a line next to it. It's on 1 beat line. That's important. So earlier in the video, I mentioned that one of our rhythms has a different name. Actually, all of these rhythms have different names, and these are their actual music terms. So if you were to hear a musician say quarter note, they're actually talking about this. So on top, we're going to spell the word quarter note. We'll do it together. It's Q, U, A, R, T, E, R. That's quarter. And the note is N, O, T, E. So together it's quarter note. This is its actual music term. It's very important to know. Let's go on to the next note. We called this one, last time I had the music lesson with you, we called it pizza. So let's go ahead and draw the rhythm pattern first. We have, it's like 1 bread, or now we're calling it quarter note. It's 1 quarter note, and then like another quarter note. But this one's different because you have to connect them on top. That's what makes this 8th note. And these are actually 1, 2 8th notes. But it sits on 1 beat line. All right, let's go ahead and write the music term for this. So it's E, I, G, H, T, H. That's 8th. Here's a second word, note. N, O, T, E. 8th note. All right, go ahead and finish yours. let's go on to the last rhythm that we were using. We called this one cheese. That's that long note. Let's go ahead and draw it. It's an open circle with the line next to it, and it sits on 2 beat lines. All right, the actual music term for this is called half note. So let's go ahead and spell the word half. H-A-L-F. Half. Next word is note. N-O-T-E. Half note. All right, these are probably new for a lot of us. So let's just bring out those 3 pages so we can see them back to back. There's half note. Eighth notes. And remember, we said these are 2 eighth notes. So let's put we can put 2, T-W-O for 2. 1, 2. 2 eighth notes. And let's add an S at the end of note because it's 2 eighth notes. And then our last one was, let's see if you can remember, quarter note. Awesome. Okay, here's another sheet of paper. Remember, you can write on one sheet of paper or whatever you have at home. Let's try our first pattern that we did earlier today when we did the call and repeat patterns. So the first one was bread, 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 bread. All right, I told you to think about it, to visualize it, but now we're going to draw it together. So we have 1 bread there, 1 quarter note, and if you're listening closely, how many quarter notes did I say? I want you to think about it. Yeah, I said 4 quarter notes or 4 breads. If this is what you visualized, good job. That's exactly what I had said. We have bread, 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 bread. All right, let's go ahead and try the second pattern that we did earlier today. All right, here it is. Bread, pizza, bread, pizza. So it starts with bread, and we already did 4 of those earlier. So let's go ahead and draw a bread. It's on 1 beat line. Pizza is the next one. So it looks like this. It's on 1 beat line. Oh, and then try to draw that as best as you can. The next one was bread. And then what was the last one? Let's see if you can remember. Pizza, good. All right, here's the pattern. Bread, pizza, bread, pizza. If that's what you visualized, nice work. If it's not what you visualized, that's okay. Remember, we're still learning all of these brand new patterns. Okay, let's go on to the next pattern that we had worked on. This is pattern number 3. It sounded like this. Bread, bread, cheese. Okay, the first 2 rhythms we know. It's that quarter note. So let me draw my beat lines. Remember, I'm only using 4 for now. First beat line, I said bread. Second beat line, I said bread. And then the third beat line, I said cheese. So this one looks different. It's an open circle. And I like to go back and just fix my notes so they look as nice as they can. All right, so it sounds like this. Bread, bread, cheese. Is that what you had visualized? Nice work. Here's the last pattern that we did. Sounds like this. Cheese, bread, bread. Okay, let's draw our beat lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one started with which rhythm? Cheese, bread, bread. Yeah, so on the first beat line, we're going to put that half note. It's an open circle with the line. And it takes up 2 spaces. So 1, 2. We can't draw anything there because that is this spot. On the third line, it was bread. And on the fourth beat line, it was another bread. All right, and I also like to go back and just make them look as nice as possible. Cheese, bread, bread. Is that what you had visualized? Nice job. All right, boys and girls, nice work today. Today was just a day to review all of those patterns that we had learned last time. And we also labeled them differently. We called them quarter note, 2 eighth notes, and a half note. Your assignment for this week is to draw out the rhythm patterns that we worked on. So there were 4 rhythm patterns. There were combinations of quarter notes, eighth notes, and half notes. So when I said pattern number 1, that's part of your assignment. Pattern number 2, pattern number 3, and pattern number 4. There should be 4 patterns on your paper. And you can actually write all of these on one sheet of paper. All right, for your assignment, I would like for you to take a picture or record yourself saying your pattern, whatever you feel most comfortable with. Please post it on Schoology so that you can get credit for it today. If you have any questions, your parents can email me, and all of my information is on Schoology. All right, I cannot wait to see your assignment. Bye.